Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Transformers, issue number 3, A Bold New Era. Alright, this scene does happen in the comic book. The problem is I don't understand the significance of it. Anyway, we'll get to that in a hot moment. So, written by Brian Ruckley, art by Angel Hernandez and Cachet Whitman. I imagine it's Cachet. I'm doing the best I can. Colors by Joanna Lafuente and letters by Tom B. Long. the porn guy is making letters. I love that! I love that! Listen, I know I'm making fun of his name, but you have no idea. If I could change my name to anything, it would be either Thor or, like, freaking, Tom B. Long. It's freaking A. Maybe Bill B. Long. Alright, anyway. So, we get a big mess in this comic book. Look, at the end of the day, what basically happens is Rubble is separated from Bumblebee, and Windblade says, I'll watch him. Then Windblade is immediately separated from Rubble, and he's just kind of left there with some, I don't know, this freaking, geomancer, whatever this guy's name is. He's left in a room with this guy who's clearly, like, mentally challenged. He's like autistic. He's really good at math and, well, geometry at least. He actually sees portents of the future in shapes, which is just, that's called being freaking crazy, okay? But then on top of that, he's like, oh, here, you can talk to me on the communicator once you learn how to use it. Here, you can also talk to me and this person on the communicator once you learn how to use it. Oh, we also put a tracking bug in there, but I'm not going to tell you that. What the frig? So they're really testing to see if he's got something to do with Brainwave's death. Basically, what it looks like is all of this subterfuge is going to lead to him finally realizing that he can't trust the Autobots. Megatron is going to wind up having, or somebody's going to wind up having a conversation with him, and maybe it'll be Soundwave. And Soundwave will promise to be the new mentor for this guy because, you can't trust all these other guys. Look at what they do. I don't see Megatron, this version of Megatron, any version of Megatron, having enough IQ, enough emotional stability to be able to teach someone and calmly explain to someone that, or just sway someone. You know what I'm saying? He's not very charismatic. He looks awesome. He's powerful AF, but he's just a giant clunk of canon, and people usually aren't dumb enough to fall for someone like that, you know what I'm saying, to be like, fall for their nonsense, their lies. Soundwave, however, he's got various ways of manipulating people, and yes, him promising to be a mentor, I'm seeing this. This is my portents of the future using shapes, because the end of this comic book, however, particularly interesting because it makes zero sense to me. Optimus goes up, and I'm going to just spoilers for the end of this comic book. Sorry, it's kind of necessary. He goes up and he talks to Codexa. It's Codexa, I need to talk to you. Something's gone wrong. And then to be continued. And it's this image right here. Blah, he's like talking to this thing. I don't know who Codexa is. I don't have any idea of what this character is. I have no freaking clue whatsoever. So look, this comic book, Bold New Era, it was advertised as a jumping on point, a way for people to jump on this comic book, start learning about the Transformers, from the word go. And, problem is, they say that you only got one chance to make a first impression. Well, clearly the existence of this comic book is not true. They have they've had that with Regeneration. Well, with Regeneration, they had a chance to reintroduce the Transformers with those original 80 issues, plus the other side issues, the movie and the Power Masters, Headmasters actually, and G.I. Joe vs. Transformers, all that stuff. Then they get the opportunity again with this comic book. I don't really want to wait all that long for a new comic book to show up and hope they get it right that time. Because right now it feels like they made a huge mistake. There's a couple little, things that seem like mistakes already, whatever, in these past two issues. But with the third issue, the way that this ended, what the hell? Who the hell is Codexa? Now, the problem is, and yes, this is a problem, I feel that there are going to be many people who can jump on in the comments section and say, oh, Professor, it's easy. Codexa is actually this guy who blah, 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 blah. But understand something, the fact that you have to explain it to me already shows the failure of the comic book. The comic book is enjoyable. I'm still going to keep on reading. I am still excited to see this. The trick is this Codexa thing. It was supposed to be the big climactic, not finale to this arc, but this is the end of this particular issue of this comic book, of this title. And I'm looking at it like, huh? Now, if they would have said, like, Metroplex, okay, I'd be like, oh, I know who that is. If there was an Alpha Trion, oh, they're going to talk to Alpha Trion. That would have gotten, I would imagine, the desired reaction of, oh, cool. Say, he's the one that turns him into Optimus Prime. But, yeah, I don't know who Codexa is. I have no idea. This is not a Gen 1 thing. This is not something I've seen later on the few Beast Wars episodes that I've ever watched. I have no idea who this freaking thing is. So, potential failure on that part is something specifically for the newer, for the older readers, and the newer readers be damned, I guess. I don't know. But it's got to be kept in memory that you've only got the one chance. Where you got this chance. This is a chance to do the comic book right from the beginning. There are going to be people who've never heard of the Transformers before, and they're going to be jumping on this comic book, and they're going to be like, oh, so what's up? And if things don't at the very least get explained through the first trade paperback, which is usually the first 6 issues, all you're going to do is have your old fans jump on, and maybe you might even lose a whole bunch of them because they didn't want all this stuff to end in the first place, most likely, just saying. So you might actually wind up with less followers than you had before. You might find out, have less sales than you had before. This is a big risk, ending all those comic books and whatnot for one comic book that's coming out every 2 weeks or so, it feels like. Let's make it count, please. Seriously. I don't want to fall off this comic book. I don't want issue 6 to be the last issue that I read because it's like, no, this is stupid. I don't understand it. There has to be a solid understanding of what is happening in this comic book, in this title. There needs to be. It's a must-have. Otherwise, done. So I'm hoping we're halfway there, I'd imagine. So please start explaining stuff. I am an inquiring mind and wants to know. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.